Hi, this is Tony with StuffSeniorsNeed.com, and I am coming to you today with a video regarding the Joint Emergency Evacuation Program, which is available for seniors and for the handicapped. It's also known as the JEEP program, and this is a fairly new type of program that it's going to be very important. You're going to see when I get into the details of exactly what's going on. So for seniors, let's face it, they were a part of the greatest generation. They went through the Great Depression, then they went overseas and they took down the Nazis. Okay, they will remember the venerable Jeep. It was one of the iconic symbols of World War II. Eisenhower even said that the Jeep was one of the three most important vehicles to the Allied victory in World War II. And there it is right there. Whenever the GIs were in trouble, the Jeep was there to bail them out. Well, there's actually a new Jeep 60 to 70 years later. And that Jeep that I'm referring to is the Joint Emergency Evacuation Program. And that is a program, okay, it might go by a different name in your area, but it was begun in my area, well, I'm on Long Island, right after Hurricane Sandy hit. And there were a lot of seniors who were in areas who needed help getting evacuated, but they weren't evacuated before the storm. Now, as you can imagine, this creates a massive problem for emergency responders, okay, who now had to go into areas that, weren't necessarily accessible, that weren't necessarily safe, in order to rescue trapped seniors that couldn't get out on their own. This put an unnecessary strain on, precious resources during an emergency, and it also puts first responders at an unnecessary risk. This is what the JEEP program is designed to deal with. In my area, the JEEP program is an online database of at-risk seniors and other individuals who will need to be evacuated in the event of an emergency. The main benefit: these people can be evacuated before the disaster strikes, which means that first responders are then able to deal with the aftermath of a storm without having to deal with a flood of emergency calls from seniors who could have been evacuated the day before. Most of those people who had to be rescued, okay, I'm talking the seniors now, could have been gotten to a shelter the day before Hurricane Sandy hit. There was no database. With this new program, they can be evacuated before a massive snowstorm, before the next hurricane hits. Now, as with all programs that I talk about, okay, a similar program in your area might go by another name, okay? The best way for you to find out about getting, seniors involved in an emergency evacuation plan, call either your local Office of the Aging, Office of Handicap Services, or a local politician at the town or county level and ask them if a program like this exists. If so, okay, you're going to have to make sure to see if they qualify to be part of the database. It's going to be dependent upon, the physical ability of seniors for them to be able to get out on their own. So there could be a whole host of requirements involved, but make sure to make the phone call before the emergency happens. Okay, also, one thing that's of note is that it's your responsibility to keep your address and your phone number updated in this database, okay? Because, if you move from time to time, obviously then the first responders aren't going to be able to get you. But try and make this phone call now, because the phone lines are going to be constantly busy if, a hurricane is going to be scheduled to hit tomorrow. So consider having this type of plan in place before you need it, before the emergency strikes. I think it is a fantastic idea, and my compliments to legislator Steve Stern of the Suffolk County Legislature, who was the guy who came up with the idea. So once again, this is Tony with Stuff Seniors Need. I hope you got some benefit out of this, and I will see you next time. Take care.